What are question tags? A question tag is a short question after a statement. It is used for confirmation or agreement. We use question tags to confirm that given statement is true or not. She is a student, isn't she? Here, she is a student is a statement. We ask the question, isn't she, to confirm whether this statement is true or not. John is working on that, isn't he? You won't tell anyone, will you? We have checked in already, haven't we? She traveled separately, didn't she? Here, isn't he? Will you? Haven't we? Didn't she? These are the question tags. Now let's have a look at the format of a question tag. It starts with a statement followed by a comma, and here comes the question tag, and then a question mark, ends with the question mark. We have certain rules and steps to frame this question tag for a given statement. The first step is we have to look for the auxiliary verb in the statement. Here the auxiliary verb is. What is an auxiliary verb? Auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. They help the main verb in the sentence. Here in this sentence, I am going to zoo. I am going to the zoo. Going is the main verb. Go is the action verb, so go is the main verb. Am is the auxiliary verb. I am going to the zoo. Am is the auxiliary verb. She will come tomorrow. Come is the main verb and will is the auxiliary verb. So the auxiliary verbs are is, am, or, were, have, has, had, do, does, did. The modal verbs are also a kind of auxiliary verbs. Will, would, should, etc. So the first step is to look for the auxiliary verb in the statement. The second step is to find out whether that statement is a positive or negative type. If it is a positive statement, we have to add a negative tag. If it is a negative statement, we have to add a positive tag. If the statement contains negative words like no, none, never, not, then it is a negative statement. If no such words are present, it is a positive statement. So if it is a positive statement, we have to make it negative. How to make it negative? We have to change the auxiliary into negative. So we have contractions for negative form of the auxiliary verb. Here we have a list of contractions. See, these are all the auxiliary verbs. Be verbs: am, is, or, was, were. Am will change into aren't. Note that am will change into aren't, not amn't. Is will change to isn't, or aren't, was, wasn't, were, weren't. Have, haven't, has, hasn't, had, hadn't. Do, don't, does, doesn't, did, didn't. Will, won't, can, can't, could, couldn't, should, shouldn't, would, wouldn't, must, mustn't, shall, shan't. So we should know the contractions for all the auxiliary verbs. So the third step is adding a pronoun. After finding out the auxiliary verb and giving a suitable positive or negative contraction to the auxiliary verb, we should write a pronoun. Pronoun, we have to look for the pronoun in the statement. See, here she is the pronoun. What are pronouns? Pronoun is a word used instead of noun. That is, take this sentence: Sam is a student. Sam goes to school. Here Sam is unnecessarily getting repeated here in the sentence. So instead of Sam, we can use he. He is a pronoun. So this is the function of pronoun, that is to replace noun in the sentence to avoid a repetition. These are the pronouns: he, she, it, I, you, we, they. So we have to look for these words in the statement. Here she is the pronoun, so we are repeating she. First we have to find the auxiliary verb and we have to find whether it is a positive or negative and change it accordingly. then we have to add the pronoun. That's how we have to form a question tag. Let's see some examples of how to form a question tag when we have an auxiliary verb in the question. See, she is coming today. So what is the first step? First step is to identify the auxiliary verb. Here it is Next step is to find the statement is positive or negative. Here there is no negative word, so it is a positive statement. If it is a positive statement, the tag will be negative. So change this to comma. Then the contraction for is isn't. What will come next? Pronoun. We have to look for the pronoun in the sentence. It is she. And a question mark. See, when there is a negative statement, we have to add a positive tag. She isn't coming today. Here isn't is in negative form. Hence add a positive tag. Is. Pronoun is she. Question mark. You can speak English. Look for the auxiliary verb can. It's a positive statement. Change into negative. Can't. Pronoun is you. Can't you. They have not arrived yet. Negative statement, as we have the word not. Have not. Change into positive. Have. Pronoun is they. Have they. John would be a great mentor. Would is the auxiliary verb. It's a positive statement. Hence a negative tag. Wouldn't. See here, the pronoun is not given directly. Instead a noun is given. John is a noun. It is a name of the person and it is a male. When it is a male, the pronoun is he. So if the pronoun is not given directly, we have to look at the noun and form the suitable pronoun. If it is male, it is he, female, she. If it is object or things or a place, it is it. For plural, it is they. The match will have started. See if you observe here, there are two auxiliary words. In such sentences, always use the first one. Which comes first? Look for that. Will have started. It's positive statement. Contraction is won't. 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 The match. So the noun is the match. The pronoun appropriate to it is it. Won't it. The match will have started. Won't it. We should obey the rules. Shouldn't we? We don't have enough time. Negative statement. Make it positive. Do we? Examples we saw are the sentences with auxiliary verb. When there is no auxiliary verb, the rule is to use do, does, did. When there is no auxiliary verb present in the sentence, we have to look at the main verb of the sentence and find out if it is present simple. If it is present simple and if the pronoun is I, we, you, do, we have to use do in the tag. If it is he, she, it, we have to use does. If it is past simple, just use did. Formation of question tag in statement without auxiliary verb. She plays golf. See, now here in this type of example, we have to look for the main verb. Here the main verb is plays. So what form it is? It is in simple present. Does plus play is plays. So here does is the auxiliary verb that we have to use here. Does. Here, since it is the positive statement, we are using a negative tag, doesn't. Pronoun is she, doesn't she. I left my bag here. Left is did plus leave, so it is in past tense. Did, this is a positive statement, so negative tag. Didn't I. They have a house in Bali. See here, have is a main, it comes as a main verb, do plus have. In this place, have is a helping verb, have not arrived yet. Have is a main verb, it takes the form do plus have. So please make a note of this. Here we have to use don't, that is a negative state tag of do. They. It sounds like a cat. Sounds, does plus sound. Doesn't it. He never drives. Negative statement. Does plus drive. So it is does he. As the statement is negative, we are using a positive tag. Cars pollute the environment. Pollute is do plus pollute. So change into negative. It's a positive statement, so change into negative. Don't. Cars are plural. They. Don't they. Have a look at the exceptions. Whenever there is let's in the statement, we have to use only shall be in the tag. Shall be as the question tag. Let's go out. Shall we? Let's study now. Shall we? When the statement is a request, always use will you. Pass me the bowl. Will you? Don't be late. Will you? When the statement is said in an impatient or annoyed mode, use can't you. Shut up. Can't you? When there is that and this in the statement, use it in the pronoun. That is his car. It is it. This is his car. It will take it. Those and these will take they. Those books were useful. Weren't they? There will be written as there only. There is a bird. Isn't there? So as we have seen earlier, the negative statement, to find out negative statement, we have to look for the negative words. So these are the negative words: neither, none, nobody, nothing, hardly, seldom, scarcely, rarely, barely, few, little. When we see these words, we have to use the positive tag as the statement is negative. We seldom work out nowadays. Seldom. So it is a negative statement. Use positive tag. Do we? None of this is true. As none is there, it is a negative statement. Use positive tag. Is it? So to recap, question tags are short questions after a statement used for confirmation or agreement. The format is statement, comma, tag, question mark. To form a tag, we have to look for the auxiliary verb, whether it is a positive or negative statement. If it is a positive statement, use negative tag. Negative statement, use positive tag and add a pronoun and a question mark. If there is no auxiliary verb, we have to use do, does, did based on the tense. And we have seen some exceptions. Important exception is when there is let's, always use shall we.